Video. Hello champions, welcome to the session. In today's session, we are going to discuss a few MCQs related to your psychology domain. আজিৰ sessionত আমি psychology domainৰ related কিছুমান MCQs কম, where we have curated the MCQs. আমি actually our entire team of BPS have curated the MCQs in each of the domains related to humanities in such a way that it is going to help you in your CUET undergraduate exam in a mass level, in a grave level. So please go through these sessions, go through these MCQs thoroughly. Because one more thing students are frequently asking us, that is it possible to crack the CUET with flying colors within this crash course? Now what do you understand by crash course? The term itself, crash course is something where we are given all the important concepts, all the important materials that are concerned only with the CUET exam. Now, going thorough with the book and learning all the definitions from the book in a rote learning method or in a method where you are going to learn by heart is not going to help you for the exam. The exam is something which is going to assess your understanding. So, in order to assess your understanding, the questions are extracted from the domain, from the paper itself in such a way that it is very crucial to score high marks in the exam. And here in BPS, we are providing this crash course. Within this stipulated time of 2 to 3 months, we are providing all the materials related to the exam in a precise and concise manner, in such a way that you are going to help yourself if you go through these kind of sessions and all the materials that we are providing in BPS. So, if you are liking this kind of doses that I used to give, the doses of advice which I used to give in my sessions, and if you are liking the sessions that we teachers are providing here in BPS, do subscribe us and join us so that you can crack the exam with high marks. So, let's start with the session. This was the simple dose for the introduction, for introducing the session, for starting the session. Let's start with the session. The first question is, find the odd one out. Now, a lot of questions will be asked in such a manner where in each of the domain you will get questions like this, and even in your language paper you will get questions where you have to find the odd one out. So out of the 4 you have to find the odd in such a way that the questions will be cut that all the 4 are similar, seems to be similar, but there will be something different which will make the odd thing out of the 4. So we will go with the options. Number 1 crowd, number 2 team, number 3 audience, number 4 mob. Now see, when we are going to when we are going to identify with some kind of a term to a group of people, to an entire mass of people, we term them as crowd, or it may be sometimes, at times it may be team, not more than one, or it may be at times audience who are actually the spectators or who are viewing something. But what is a mob? Mob is the word which is different from the other 3. Mob, from the word mob, the definition, go through the definition with your own dictionary. Mob is the group of people who are actually aggravated, who are instigated due to some kind of anger, aggression or frustration. So when the other 3 is a crowd who are passive, the other 3 is the crowd who are passive, but mob is where someone is infuriated. That means one is in anger, aggression, or you can say some kind of frustration. So we got our answer, and that is mob. Hope it is clear. Next, moving on. Question number 2. Find the 5th stage of group formation. Now, group formation, the concept of group formation and the stages of group formation was given by Tuckman. So Tuckman is the person who has said that group formation has 5 stages. So forming, going through the chapter, we have already recorded sessions and we have interactive sessions. What we are providing in our BPS is we are providing recorded sessions, live sessions where it is interactive, or it may be concept explanation, and it may be at times it may be interactive, and it may be some kind of a simpler interaction with the students or doubt clearance. And we are also providing study material. The material will be in the PDF form. And the fourth one is that we are also providing the what I am going to say is we are providing the live classes, and there will be some kind of MCQs. The MCQs will be in the form of a mock test. So we are providing mock test. The platform is for mock test where you can assess what you have learned. So these kind of 4 platforms or these kind of 4 mediums through which we are trying to interact with you people is definitely an answer to your crash course, or is definitely an answer to your cracking to the exam. So don't hesitate, actually don't hesitate that you may be a dropout, or you may have you have not scored good marks, or you are in the dilemma that you may not score good marks in your 12th exam and you may not crack the CUET. So that kind of hesitation is always there. You have to overcome that kind of hesitation and come up with sorting out or with finding out the answers to that kind of hesitations. So then what we have? Forming. After forming, we have storming. The stages we have explained already in the recorded sessions. You go through those kind of sessions so that you are clear with the concepts. But here, because we are concerned with the MCQs, we are going to deal with the MCQs only. Forming, storming, then we have norming. The fifth one, the fourth one is performing, sorry, at times it lapses, forming, and the fifth stage, which is actually additional, is adjourning. My God, it all moved. Tuckman, I'm repeating, or it may come, oh yes, it came. Okay, now, and the fifth one is adjourning. Adjourning is important in this sense. Why? Because at times these 4 are important, but it is the fifth one is additional. Why it is additional? Because the group formation is already done with these 4 steps, but the adjourning stage is the stage where it may happen to the group or it may not happen. But Tuckman has given the concept of adjourning in his stages of group formation so that we don't have a loose point in the formation of the group. So, if you are thorough with your book and if you are very clear with the concepts, you will understand that the fifth stage is actually the additional stage, and it is about adjourning in group formation. Okay, hope it is clear. Next, question number 3. According to psychologists, what is the other name of cohesiveness? Now, cohesiveness means the sense where we are feeling to be together, the mutual understanding. If we go with the explanation, with the definition of cohesiveness according to your dictionary, you will see that cohesiveness means the mutual understanding, the compatibility. But here the question is not the general definition of cohesiveness. Here the question is according to the psychologist. So psychologists have a definite term to cohesiveness, and that is nothing else but in-group think. So Group thinking is the other name of cohesiveness. So you can understand that we can't put cooperation, compatibility or group structure in here because we have to know the exact term. So the exact term is group think. Group think, that the term may seem to be different, but when you are thorough with the book, you will understand it. Okay? Next, these are very crucial questions because students used to make silly mistakes here and they may overlap with this kind of minor definitions or minor explanation that is given in your book. Everything is provided in your 12th standard book, but students or champions like you make mistakes. You are prone to make mistakes. So here we are providing the detailed thing, the detailed analogy of these kind of crucial words where you will not be lagging behind and you will know the terms very thoroughly. Okay? Next question number 4. Fill in the blanks. Now, social dash refers to enhanced performance and social dash refers to reduced performance. So we have the groups, the pairings, in-group, out-group. Now, in-group, out-group is different thing where we have within the group, that means in-group, and out of the group is different. So, when you are not within the group. So, in-group is the feeling where we have we. In your book itself, we are termed with the terminology where in-group means we and out-group means they. Now, what is facilitation? Facilitation means the individual expression of your potential in a public space. When you are in a public space, when you are trying to express your potential, that means it is your social facilitation. That means facilitation or social facilitation, what the psychologist is trying to explain is where it is an arena, it is a place where you are being able to express or you are being able to develop your innate qualities. So in that way, you are going to develop or enhance your performance. So the other word of developing is nothing else but enhanced performance. Next, what is the pair word? That is loafing. Loafing, I have already said, it is related with disguise. So when sorry, when you are so when you are in a group and you are not being able to, when you are not conforming with the group and you are not working for the upliftment of the group, you are in disguise, but you are availing the benefits that the entire group is actually availing. So that is social loafing, and this is going, and social loafing is going to degrade your potential, or it is going to it's going to demotivate you or place you in a lower position. So that is social loafing, and it is reduced performance. So we got our answers. Roles and norms are different, where we have specific roles and norms means the rules. And forming and storming are the two stages of group formation. We have already gone through this. So the correct answer will be facilitation and loafing. That means social facilitation is going to improve your performance and social loafing is going to reduce your performance. Yes? Hope it is clear. Next, question number 5. On the basis of your understanding of the idea of influence, complete the analogy. Now here in your question paper, you will have a lot of questions based on analogy, which will be in the structure of a ratio. So you have got what is the concept of ratio. You have already gone through what is ratio in your arithmetic paper. So these kind of colons are nothing else but it is about ratio. Now, when obedience is related with most direct, fill the blank with which is most indirect. So, when you are going to find out which one is most indirect, go with the words. So when it is compliance, it is less. Sorry. When it is compliance, it is less direct. And when it is most direct, it is conformity. So conflict means some kind of agitation which will not come with this blank, with this concept, and confidence is something which is related with your self-development. So at times students or champions may get confused with this word, that where it is about confidence, but obedience means where you are most direct, you are conforming to something with obedience, you are meek there, you are going or following the rule. But when it is most indirect, that means it is conformity. That means here the thing is when you are conforming to the situation without actually questioning or without agitation or without any argument, you are confirming. That means you are confirming because you are the most indirect influence, you are getting the most indirect influence. Now when you are within a group, these kind of things will come where you are conforming to something or you are obedient to something, or at times you are compliant to something. So these are the three stages. So obedience is where you are most direct, conformity is where you are most indirect, and the least direct, that where you are least direct, is the compliance. So go through these words and don't get confused with the words related with this kind of influence. So when you are going with this kind of sessions, you are actually trying, these kind of sessions and these kind of crash course which we are providing is going to help you because you are going to the point. What the question is going to come. We are discussing more than 3000 MCQs here, and when we are discussing these MCQs, if you are going to these MCQs, at the time you are going to answer the questions in your CUBT exam, you will be very prone that you will recall this kind of sessions, you will recall this kind of explanations, and this is going to help you. The sessions, the explanations that you got in your standard classes, in your regular classes will definitely help you to some extent, but this crash course will help because it is very new to you, and if you are going through this and if you are following us, it is going to help you. And when you are going to pass, or when you want to pass, or when you are want to crack something, you need to follow someone. There must be someone as a teacher or as a guidance. So if you are following a guidance, follow it thoroughly. That is going to help you. And if you are diverting from the guidance, that will make you fall. So there are some kind of principles in life which need to be inculcated in this stage when you are students, when your student life is very new and when you are going to a new world after this. When you are enrolling yourself in the degree course, you are opening up to new ventures. So this stage you need to inculcate some kind of principles in life which you need to go through these principles, and you need to follow those kind of principles. Yes? Next, this is clear: obedience, conformity and compliance. Next, question number 6. What do you understand from the term bandwagon effect? This is very important and it is frequently asked in your exams, and so I will mark here a star. Bandwagon effect is frequently asked, and you need to know what is bandwagon effect. Bandwagon effect is where a group of people is there and the leader or the majority of the people is going, or they are conforming to some kind of decision, and the other people, without argumenting or without having any questions in their mind, and even if they have questions, they don't question actually. Practically they don't question the majority of the people or the leaders of the group that why they are taking this kind of decisions. And ultimately, when the people, the minority people or the less people, the number of people when it is counted, if it is less and if they are conforming to that kind of a situation and doing some kind of illogical work or some kind of punishment, giving punishment. So, for example, mob lynching. So, that kind of cases can be termed as the bandwagon effect, where the entire people is taken to be as a whole and the minority section of the people is conforming to the majority or to the leaders of the people. So, that is called actually the bandwagon effect. So, here we will go with the options: majority favoring and validating to a common idea, argument in a group of like-minded people. Argument will not come here because we don't have argument in bandwagon effect. People forming a band and moving together. So, here it is not about band baja bride. It is here about the band or the group where they are actually conforming to some kind of a decision. Majority people of a group traveling in a wagon. Wagon is something where it is not wagoner. Wagon means a car actually. It is an archaic word. It is an old word where wagon means a car, a vehicle, actually a vehicle for transportation. So, bandwagon, we will go with the correct option, and that is number A. Majority favoring and validating. The word is validating or approving. Approving to some kind of a common decision or idea. Hope this is clear. Bandwagon, try to recall in your exam and try to remember today itself after the class. Go through the book, go through your psychology book and try to find out where the bandwagon effect is there and what is bandwagon effect, and go with the explanation also with the examples that are provided in the book. Next, question number 7. The advertisement mentioning hurry, last day offer is actually what kind of a technique? Now, because whenever we are going to a shopping mall and whenever there is a festive season like Durga Puja, Bihu or any kind of regional festival, these kind of malls used to showcase or used to give this kind of sales that this is the last day offer, or we are giving 50% sale, 50% discount, or buy one get two free. So, these kind of advertisement, what we term them? We will go with the options. Last day offer, is it the last day offer? The deadline technique, or the last puja offer, or offer valid till stock last. So, the correct option, the other three is when we are going with the other options, the last day offer is similar with the last puja offer and the valid stock. So, which one is the odd one? So, the odd one is the deadline technique, and here we get our answer because here the sales people, the people who are in the business or where they are selling, they are giving the deadline technique, which will make a curiosity among the people that today is the last day, and if we don't avail the last opportunity or the last sales today, we will not get the stock, or we will not get the thing which we are actually trying to buy. So, this kind of a technique is very effective among the common people, where people are actually instigated by this kind of advertisement and they rush to buy the stocks. So, this is the technique used by the people related in sales or advertisement, or basically where we find it during the festive season and in the shopping malls or any shops. Next, question number 8. The sole criteria of introducing superordinate goal. Now, when we are introducing a superordinate means an alternative. Superordinate means alternative goal within a group in order to, we going with the options: reducing in-group conflict, reducing inter-group conflict, both A and B, neither A and B. So, whenever we are in a group, there may be conflict because some of the people may be rising high because of their output or because of their potential, but some of the members within the group may be lagging behind. So, when the leader is going to give some kind of deadline or some kind of a project, so they when most of the people or some of the group members are very qualified to complete the project within a very short time, the other people who are lagging behind can cope up with that when the team leader is giving some kind of subordinate or alternative idea or project. So, the correct option is, I have explained it already, that in order to reduce the in-group conflict within the people within a group, so that kind of a conflict can be handled when we give subordinate. Being a leader, if I give some kind of subordinate goals, that will help to curb the conflict within a group. Yes? Next, hope this is clear what is in-group conflict. Number 9, this is again an input text-based questions. As I have already said, there will be minimum 3 questions which will be based on input text-based questions out of your 50 questions, where you have to opt for 40 minimum at the least. So here question number 9 is an input text-based questions where an instance is given that though Shri belongs to a self-help group, she rarely attends any of their trainings and seminars. Most of the members were trained and recruited, but Shri remained unemployed. What is the phenomena mentioned here? Now see, I have already mentioned that when you are in a group and you are not doing activities or not conforming with the group, but you are availing the benefits of the group or the benefits which the group is availing. So that is nothing else but social loafing, where people in a group are in disguise. Some of the people are in disguise and they don't work. For example, in your school, in your college or in your school, projects were given on environmental science where you need to go to some kind of an outing, to a place where you need to gather some kind of information related with ecology or ecosystem or environment. So there what happens, out of, for example, there are 10 members in your group. Out of the 10 members, 1 or 2 member will not write anything, will not collect any information, or on the day of the outing he or she may remain absent. But when you are going to submit the project, you have completed the project, you have written all the details in the A4 size paper, or you have printed it out and you are going to submit it, the person who was not present in the activities and he or she has not done anything great for the project completion, he wants his name to be included in the group. So that is a person. This is a very simple example where I have tried to make you notice the concept of disguise or social loafing. Now here the concept of Shri, what Shri is actually undergoing is, because she is not attending any kind of seminars or trainings, she is not being able to get qualified to get any kind of job and she remained unemployed. So this is nothing else but social loafing. The idea, the thing which is she is doing is social loafing. Moving on to the last question for today's session is question number 10. After the pandemic situation, numerous wage earners means the daily wage earners, the laborers, shifted to their hometowns and formed self-help group on the basis of proximity and what? So when you are going to form a group, when there is the concept of group formation, the factors which help for a group to form easily is proximity and similarity. Proximity means the nearness. That means how much far or near you are within the formation of the group. And similarity, because when we are forming a group, some kind of similar features, we need some kind of similar features like homemakers, women or homemakers, or like wage earners who are actually all plumbers, or wage earners who are plumbers, mechanics and electricians. So in such a way, we are trying to find out the nearness, that means the proximity within a stipulated area, and the similarity in the sense that what are their features. So whenever we are trying to form groups, and here the situation is about the pandemic or after the lockdown situation, where people were in search of jobs, they were in scarcity of jobs, and they tried to find out that we can form some kind of self-help groups and that may help us to earn our bread. So here it will be similarity. Cohesiveness will not come here because cohesiveness means group thinking. Cohesiveness will help. Definitely it is going to help, but group thinking is something which comes after the group is formed. So first, the initial stage is similarity and proximity. After that, when the group is formed, we have the in-group or group think situation. So hope this session is going to help you. From my point of view, it is going to definitely help you, and from your point of view, I need that you all interact with us, join and subscribe BPS so that we can help you individually in terms of your confusions. So thank you for being with us throughout the session. And my last word, which I always add, is keep preparing. Keep preparing because you are never late. Because it is very high time, the exams are knocking at your door. Keep preparing. The only solution is keep preparing. Thank you for being with us throughout the session.